Periyava Sharanam, Glimpses from Sri Periyava's Life History, Volume 8, Chapter 17, Periyava in Jajpur. Jajpur is a major city in the state of Orissa, now Odisha. Prior to 1993, it was a part of Cuttack district. It is a seat of ancient culture and one of the holy shrines for Hindus. It is located on the banks of the river Vaitarani that runs north as Uttaravahini. The city serves as a pilgrim center throughout the year. Named as Virajapitham, it is one of the 18 Shakti Peethams mentioned in Sri Bhagavatam. Around Jajpur, there are at least 12 famous temples representing great archaeological wealth. There are other numerous temples like those that are located in the cities of Varanasi, Kanchipuram and Kumbakonam. It is said that some 200 years before, there were around 100 Somayajis in this place. Somayajis were people who had performed the ritual of Somayagam. Arising from the term Somayajis, this city is believed to have got the name Yajipuram that transformed into Jajpuram or Jajpur. Periyava arrived in the holy city of Jajpur on April 4th, 1936. The people of Jajpur received Periyava with great enthusiasm. On the Mahapradosham day, Periyava bathed in the river Vaitarani and honored a local scholar named Sri Vidya Tarapati with valuable gifts including a cow. After staying in Jajpur for 5 days, Periyava proceeded towards Cuttack, travelling through several small towns and crossing the Brahmani and Mahanadi rivers. Shankara Jayanti, Cuttack. In 1936, Shankara Jayanti celebrations were held in Cuttack within a large decorated shamiana at the home of Sri L. Venkatakrishna Iyer, who served as a special engineer to the Orissa government. At this event, a conference of scholars was held and many pundits spoke on Adi Shankara and the Advaita Siddhanta. There was a huge procession in which Adi Shankara's picture and padukas were carried on an elephant towards Mahanadi river. The rituals included Abhishekam to the padukas at the river. The administrators of Puri Govardhan Mutt came to Cuttack and personally invited Periyava to visit Puri. Sakshi Gopal Darshan. After camping in Cuttack for about 10 days, April 10th to 24th, 1936, Periyava moved further through several villages and arrived in the town of Sakshi Gopal, witness Gopal, located on the Puri-Bhuvaneshwar highway. In this pilgrim town, Periyava had darshan of Lord Gopal at the Sakshi Gopal temple. There is an interesting legend associated with this temple. Since several generations, the people of Orissa, now Odisha, keep telling the story about Sakshi Gopal. The story relates to two Brahmins from the southern part of India who went on a pilgrimage to North India. One of these Brahmins was an elderly man and the other was a young brahmachari, bachelor. On the way, the old man fell sick. The accompanying young man took good care of him and nursed him back to good health. The elderly Brahmin was so grateful for this reverential service that he promised to give his daughter in marriage to the young man. This promise was made in the temple of Gopal deity at Mathura. However, when the pilgrims returned home, the elderly man went back on his promise because he felt the young man was poor and inferior in caste. The brahmachari appealed to the local king for justice. The king required a witness, Sakshi, to the promise, but the young man had none except the deity of Gopal. So the king asked him to bring the Gopal deity to testify as witness. In full faith, the young man went back to Mathura and prayed before Gopala deity to help him and appear before the king as a witness. Lord Gopala responded to the young man's prayers and agreed to follow him, but on condition that if the young man looks back, he will stop and stay at that place. So Lord Gopala followed him until the young man reached his hometown in Kanchi and inadvertently looked back in happiness. The Lord stood there forever. The local people got to know about this incident and the story spread around the town. People gathered to see the Gopal deity. When the king heard about it, he also came to see the Gopala deity and constructed a beautiful temple for the Lord. Of course, the old man kept his promise and gave his daughter in marriage to the devoted young bachelor. It is believed that later Maharaja Purushottama of Puri took the deity to Puri. Like any legendary tale, this story may have many versions to it. The main point to note is that the deep, unshakable faith of the young man in Lord Gopal eventually helped him. To be continued, Periyava Sharanam.